Hi Mobi Family, Claude here, and this afternoon we have our wonderful Mobi Nomad in its natural habitat here in the Avon Valley. And the reason for us being here is we're going to show you our crank awning with its independent canvas walls, and we're going to do a setup video for you. Enjoy. Alright, being in the WWA, that's windy Western Australia, we want to stop the wind coming underneath the van. We'll put up the draft skirt first. Alright, so the first thing that we do to put the independent wall is that we will take the rope and put it into the rope slide. Then we take this pole that's got that little knob on, and we're going to put it through its guide here, and we have to push it into that cup holder. Now what you do is, you can see that there's an opening here, so we put the pole through the first part of the opening, we push it in, then we unlock it here, and we put it into the second sock until we get to this point where it will marry up with the pole that's vertical. We just don't lock it. Then we take the pole that's got a pin. Now this pin will go into that hole once we put it through the sock. So again, we put it through the sock in the middle. We feed it through, and then at the top you make sure that that pin pushes through that. Once we've straightened this out, then we tighten this. You pull it away from each other and you lock it with this particular clip going down like that. Now it's locked. You can see how nice and stretched this is. Then we feed it through the bottom part of this sock for the vertical hole, vertical pole, and we make it as long as what the canvas is, and then we lock it. Now we can pick up the wall. Now this is where this particular annex comes to its full, because I can take the wall and I can put it at this angle for the wind, and you can see we haven't brought out the awning or anything else. So now we can stop the wind coming under the caravan, and we can stop the wind coming from this side. The same will be if you put the wall on that side. You can stop the wind from any angle. So once we've decided the angle at which we want to install this wall, we then put the two ropes on. And I'll show you. And there you have it. Now what you can do is, if the wind is pumping too much or you want a little bit of wind through, then we can just open the window to help us with some airflow. Now this is how you can control your airflow. You can have it open halfway, a quarter, or you can open it completely, and then you will still have a little bit of that draft. So now what we have is we've also put up that wall. Now as with this wall, you can put it at any angle. We have put it perpendicular to the van so that we can make a full enclosure. The important thing just to note is that the mesh is on the outside. That's how you determine which wall goes where. Now the only other thing that needs to happen now is we've got to need to velcro the draft skirt to the walls, and then you've got a proper enclosure here that's protected against the wind. And you will note that we haven't yet put out the awning. So when the wind is as such that the awning is going to get damaged, you don't need to bring it out. Alright, we're going to take out the awning now. there's a few things that you have to be conscious of. The awning, you should try and support it while it comes out. You either do that by a second person, or we're going to put the legs down for that support. So when it comes out and we are two persons, we will hold it. Otherwise, you shall just stop. Otherwise, you take out the leg and you extend it. You put it a little bit forward. You tighten the leg. You do the same on the other side. Take it a little bit forward and then tighten it, and now you can crank it and doesn't need to hold it. So we will crank it out now until it gets to its full length. And now we will pick up the leg and we'll adjust the leg to mirror the side wall. And we will adjust the side wall to attach against the leg. Alright, so the last thing to do now is to put the front wall up, and it's as easy as taking the rope and feeding it through the bottom rope slide. Feed Michelle. So there you have it now. So we've got now our full annex. You can now use it for your privacy. You can open the window so you have a bit of draft through it. What you will do now is you'll tidy it up. You'll open up the door if you want to. Keep the mesh on so that you don't have unexpected guests coming in. But now you can use this secure and private. So now the other thing that you can do is when there is a fair amount of wind is that you get two different straps that you can still use apart from this rope strap that we have. Now obviously when you've got the front awning up, you've got this hole where you can strap it through. But this is also a very unique piece of equipment. It hooks on there. And then what you'll do is you will just hook this on there, and now you can attach it like that and pull it strap. So now if you have this on and you have a strap there, it won't become a windsurfer. The other thing that you have to be careful for is that you've got this little triangles. So what you can do is you can also now pin that to the ground to make sure, put them on the inside, and you pin that to the ground to make sure that nothing crawls underneath. Alright Mobi family, there you have our technical setup for our crank awning with our canvas walls.